So for today's lesson, we're going to be learning something that we kind of talked about when we were in class before, but I'm going to touch a little bit more on it again, and it is called plotting coordinates. Now, coordinates is just a fancy way of saying dots, okay? So don't get scared with that. Plotting coordinates or plotting dots, okay? So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at this graph, and you're going to tell me what the x and what the y value is. Now, for this one, it already has it listed as x and y, but I want you to remember that x always goes this way, and y always goes this way, right? Up and down or side and side. Okay. So for the most part, I'll have them labeled, but I want you to always remember that as well, that x is right or left, and y is up and down. So for this example, always start at 0, 0. Always. No matter what, you're always going to start at 0, 0. And you're going to say for the letter A, how many left or rights did we have to go? And then how many up or downs did we have to go? So I'm going to use a different color for this. So, let's not use blue. Let's use black. Okay. So for A, how many times did we have to go left or right? We had to go 1, 2 right, so we're going to go 2. And then y, how many times did we have to go up? 1, 2, 3. We had to go 3 times to get up. So our answer is 2 and 3. So I'm just going to erase this. And then we're going to do B. Okay, and we're going to do all the letters. B, C, D, and E. All right, so then for B, right, this one, how many times did we have to go over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for the x. And then the y, how many times do you have to go up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had to go up 6. Okay. Erase again. And you can always use your finger as well. You don't have to use a pen or a pencil. Just try to count how many lines starting at this 0, 0, right? Always start at this corner. How many times did you have to go over and up? And remember, over is x, up is y. So for C, where's my C? My C is right here, okay? So how many times do we have to go over? We had to go 1, 2, 3 times over. And how many times do we have to go up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had to go up 8. Now I'm going to show you another trick to doing this, okay? Sometimes it's a little hard, especially when we get into bigger numbers. It's kind of hard to count every single line and going up and down. So what I'm going to do is for D and E, I'm going to show you a trick. See if I can make a thicker line. All right, so for D, okay, see how D is right here? What I'm going to do is just to find out left or right, this is my left or right arrow. We're going to see if I draw a line directly going down, what number did I just hit going the left and right? This hit 9. So the answer for this one is 9. Now I know what you're thinking. Mr. When you just drew an up and down line. That's okay. Because all you're thinking about right now for this is on this line, okay, where does D hit, right? If I look at 1, if I look straight up, nope. 2, nope. 3, nope. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if I notice right here, if I look above 9, that's where D hits. So on my X line, right, X line, D hit on the 9. And then if I'm looking for my Y line, the Y line being right here, right, this up and down line, where does D hit? Okay, so I look at 1, nope, 2, nope, 3, bingo. So it has to be at 3. Now you can do it either way. You can use the counting method, right? If I did the counting method, use a skinnier pen. If I use the counting method, it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? 9 for X, and then how many times did I have to go up? 1, 2, 3. Okay, notice it's still the same answer, but sometimes it might just be a little easier just to look at the numbers, okay? And just try not to get confused with your X line and your Y line, okay? Don't try to confuse the two. So let's look at E. Okay, erase all of this stuff. Okay, so starting in my circle, okay, E. Where does E hit on my X line? Okay, well, it hits right here. It hits at 8, right? And I could have counted it over, okay? Or I could just look, right? It hits the 8. Now, where does it hit on the Y line? Right here, right? Now, notice it doesn't go up, right? It stays at this bottom line. The bottom line is 0, right? We didn't have to go up any. We didn't have to go 1, 2, 3. We didn't have to go up. So because we didn't have to go up, the answer for Y is 0. Okay, so here's all our answers. Now, remember how I told you coordinates is just a fancy word for dot? Well, coordinates actually comes in a certain way. A coordinate actually looks like this. It looks like X, comma, Y with parentheses around it. That's how a coordinate looks. So we're going to now start writing coordinates. Instead of just writing our X table and our Y table, we're going to start writing coordinates. And what we're going to do is all we have to do for these problems is in the table, you put a parenthesis and you put a comma in the middle. Put parentheses around it and a comma in the middle. Parentheses, comma in the middle. Parentheses, comma in the middle. Parentheses, comma in the middle. I know that sounds silly, but we just changed from an XY table to now writing coordinates, right? Fancy word, coordinates. So let's try a new problem. And I'm going to just make some random dots, right? Okay, and let's label them. Let's go A, B, C, D, and E. And I want you to try to write them in a coordinate. So remember, coordinates are X, comma, Y. It's supposed to be a parenthesis. Okay, so let's do it. For our A coordinate, okay, we have to figure out how many times we had to move over X and how many times we had to move up for Y. So remember, we can either use the counting method, 1, 2, or we can just see where it touched our X line, right? This is my X line for 1, this is my X line for 2, this is my X line for 3, blah, 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 blah. So we notice that A actually is 2 over from my 0 line. So my X coordinate is 2. Now notice I wrote a parenthesis, 2, comma, because that's how we need to start writing coordinates. Okay, so we wrote 1, 2, and then how many times do we have to go up for the Y? So we have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or we could have just noticed that right here, if I look at my 6th line, we also hit it at the 6, okay? And we just wrote our first coordinate. We wrote our first coordinate as 2, comma, 6. Okay, so let's try B now. Let's try erasing. All right, so B, right? We need to get all the way up here. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4 over. Okay, so it's comma 4. Parenthesis 4, comma. And how many times do we have to go up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Right? And notice we never count the bottom number. So when we're counting, right? When we're starting at something, I start at 0, 0. I'm not counting this line. Whoops, I'm not counting this line. I always go jump 1 ahead to count 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. And then when we go up, I don't count that bottom line. I count 1, 2. I start with the first number, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So make sure that you're doing that. Don't count a line twice. Sometimes that's a mistake. Let's do C. C is down here. So we have to figure out how many times do we have to go over. We have to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll be parenthesis 6, comma. How many times do we have to go up? We did not have to go up, so it is 0. So that's it. And then I'll do quickly D and E. So we're going to have to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Move over 10, comma. How many times do you have to move up? 1, 2. And then lastly, E. I think we're getting the point at this point, but I'm just going to keep going. We had to move over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So parenthesis 9, comma. And then we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times. Okay, so that is just the writing coordinates, right? If we're given a point, we're given dots or coordinates, we have to write the coordinates in number values. So that's one way of doing it. Now I'm going to give you coordinates, and you're going to plot them. And I know that's going to sound crazy, but we're going to try it. So we're going to do 1, 5. Let's go for B. We're going to do 3, 7. C. We're going to do 9, 4. We haven't used a 4 yet. 4. And for D, we're going to do 10, 10. Why not? Okay. So when we're given coordinates, remember that coordinates are x, y. Okay, always x before y. Think about the alphabet, right? X comes before y, so x, y. When we're plotting coordinates, when we're actually putting the dots on the board, we need to remember that this is our way of starting. This tells me how many times do I have to go over, and this number tells me how many times I have to go up. So, always start from 0, 0. Make better 0. Always start at the corner, right? 0, 0. And for A, we need to move over 1. So we draw 1, and then we need to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to plot our point. We're going to make a big circle, big dot, and we're going to put the letter A. Okay. Now, just so it doesn't get confusing for us, I'm going to remember to erase those little jumps. For B, remember, first number is to the right, the next one is going up. So, for B, we need to go 3 over, 1, 2, 3, and we need to go up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Big dot, label it B. And then always remember to erase your jumpies. For C, same idea. We're going to go over to 9 on the x, okay? Notice how I didn't have to do the jumpies because I just looked at my x line and said, all right, here's 9. And then I need to go up 4. So I need to look and see where my 4 is. And what I would do is just try to find where they connect, where the 9 and the 4 connect. And the 9 and the 4 connect right here. Okay, 9 and then 4. That'd be C. And then for D, we need to go 10 and 10. So that means, erase these so we don't get confused. Okay. That means that we need to jump 10 spaces on the X. And we need to jump 10 spaces on the Y. So it's actually going to be right here in this corner. And that's D. And that is how to identify the coordinates, right? How to list them numerically. But then also how to plot our coordinates onto a graph. So your assignment today is going to be just to do what we did. Now, I know some of you guys are saying, but I don't have a printer at home. I can't print out something. That's okay. You can just draw something. So I'm going to show you how to draw it. And it might not look pretty, but I'm going to show you how to draw it. You're going to draw something like this, right? You make an L. You put little arrows. Whoops. Put little arrows. And then you're going to draw dots. You're going to draw lines, right? You're going to draw little lines. And it's okay if they're not straight. I am not very straight with my drawing. But it's okay as long as I can physically see what's happening. And you're just going to keep going. And you're going to label them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we need to go one more line. 10, not even close to being straight. And then you're going to do the same thing going up and down. So we got 1, 2, and you would just keep doing this, right, until you get 10 to 10. Six, 7, oh, these are not even close to being straight. 8, 9, and 10. And then you just finished drawing a graph. Now remember, we're always going to label our up and down as Y, and we're always going to label our horizontal, my left and rights, by X. Okay? So, whenever we start something, we always start with this little corner here, right here, and that's where we start doing our little counties. Okay, so this is how we draw one, but if you want to print one, I'm also going to post this image so you can print it on printer paper if you have a printer so that you can do your homework assignment. But if you can't, this is okay as well, to actually physically draw it on a piece of paper and then take a picture of it.